The LEGO Collectible minifigure series is a staple when it does come to the LEGO franchise as a whole. The CMF series has spanned, as of the time of making this video, over 29 different series. That is absolutely incredible. But alongside that, we've had other versions of it. We've had a Batman one, we've had a Marvel one, we've had a Disney one, and we've even had one to celebrate the Ninjago movie. But the thing is that to this very day, one of the more requested things that LEGO fans have wanted, or more specifically Ninjago fans, has been a LEGO Ninjago CMF based around the show. And I've covered this topic once before, and that was back in 2024, and I do like that video and I do think it was fairly solid, but as of 2026, a lot of the suggestions that I did put in that video we have now had. The release of Old Town within Ninjago Legacy was big for getting a load of characters that a lot of people have wanted, like the young Spinjitzu brothers, the first Spinjitzu master, Faith, Dr. Julian. So many characters that people did want that we now officially no longer need by all accounts. So in today's video, and also in honor of the fact that Lloyd did get into Series 29 of the regular CMF, we are going to be redoing it with a whole new array of Ninjago characters that we could get in a Ninjago CMF. I will say I have gone for unique picks. I have not included Lloyd in this video because he is in Series 29, and I have tried to have a good variety as always. I've gone to 12 selections because that is what Series 29 has gotten, and I am going to go from there. And I have not ordered these picks in any sort of way. They're not my favorite to least favorites, they are just simply the way I have ordered it. But let me show you my suggestions for a CMF, and I'd love to know if you agree. But let me not waste any more of your time, and let's look at a what if a Ninjago CMF was released this year. The first pick for this Ninjago CMF is going to be Legends Kai. Now you may hear this and think, well Weavy, we have a Legends Kai, and you would be correct. We have got the Master of Fire as he's called in the Legends set of the Fire Mech set, but the thing is that version is very inaccurate and doesn't really resemble the version in any way. The suggestion I have is one that is more in line with what we actually see in the Monstrosity shorts. I'm talking the cape, I'm talking the flaming sword, I'm talking the hat, I'm talking that grey scale that we get to see the entirety of the short in. It would look absolutely amazing and would definitely be a standout for Kai, especially considering how popular Monstrosity was. I think it would just be an extremely cool addition and would definitely make for a very interesting part of any Ninjago collection. And considering that Ninjago, or just generally speaking CMFs, do get higher minifigure budgets with arm printing, with leg printing, with side printing the lot, this would be the perfect way to get this version of Kai. I would love to see how this looks, and I definitely do think it would be a very worthy Kai for any Ninjago collection. So yeah, he is the number one pick. The number 2 pick for the CMF is going to be a J, or more specifically a Golden Power J from Rebooted. This is the version that we get to see where they fight the Overlord within the Digiverse. I really do like how this version looks, and considering that they've already began this collection, obviously having Zane and Kai, it would make sense to continue on with this theme. I will say the Cole that is in this list is not Golden Power Cole because he is another version that I like, but I do think it would be cool to finally get a new addition to this collection, and Jay is a very good suggestion for it, so to have him continue on with the theme would be absolutely amazing to see. But of course, that'll be down to whether or not they actually want to continue it, because we haven't had a Golden Ninja in a very long time. I'm honestly concerned we will never get it actually complete, but who knows, this would honestly be a very good way to do so, so that is why he is going to be the number 2 pick. Our number 3 pick is going to be the Cole, and this version is going to be the Future Cole. This is to go in line with the Future Ninja line that we have had so far. This is again another line of minifigures that hasn't been touched now in a few years, but if they do want to finish it off, the CMF again would be the perfect place to do so. I think it would be a really cool way to get the arm printing, the leg printing, really have it fall in line with the Future J. He will look amazing when it does come down to it, and would actually serve as a depiction of what Future Cole would look like, considering that we never actually got to see it. Of course, that scene of him not being around is a fairly infamous one now at that, but I do think with the modern day considered, that future is not really the case. And also, I would like to point out as well that even though the reflection doesn't exist, it wouldn't be the first time we had a Ninjago minifigure that didn't actually exist. So I do think it would be a really cool one to have, but ultimately, I don't know if they would actually go through with it. But again, that is quite simply just me. The fourth addition to the CMF is going to be a Zane, and this is going to be Digi-Zane. This has definitely become a relatively infamous Zane when it does come to the Ninjago community. One of the few variants of Zane that is missing, but do actually have some sort of minifigure depiction. Also, being apparently utilized in some capacity when Ninjago and Fortnite were having their collab. It would be really cool if they went back to this design and actually gave it to us. Considering that all the ninja do have it, it would just be nice to finally complete out this set. Of course, we do have the likes of Detective Zane, but it's just not really the same. I would think it's the perfect opportunity to give it to us and would definitely look absolutely fantastic. It is definitely one of the ones up there in terms of desirability when it does come to me. But again, that is just my opinion. But I do think this would be the best pick when it does come to Zane. But of course, I would love to know what you guys think of that one as well. Pick number 5, and to round off our theming of the ninja, I will say that this Nia is going to be either the pilot or a DX version of her. Now this is a fairly interesting one that I would like to see them go back to. They are no stranger to doing this as well, aka Lloyd DX. But the reason why I think this would be cool for Nia is because it would just be a really cool thing to see, especially considering that she wasn't a ninja by this point in time. I lean more towards the DX suit, and the reason why I'm clarifying it could be either or is because you can technically make a pilot's Nia with Day the Departed Nia, but I kind of digress and would wish it would be more official. But I do think it would be a really cool addition and definitely would suit Nia, considering that we have had some official art that does show this design as well. And I just think it would be a nice one to have, especially again considering that Nia has some fantastic designs and they have gone back as of this year to give us a Legacy ZX version of her. So if they're going to do one, they may as well do the other. Pick number 6 is going to be going to Geo. I think Geo would be a fantastic addition to a Ninjago collection. He is a very complex design and very unique looking, so he is perfect for a Ninjago CMF. I think it would be the great way to really show all that arm detail, the unique torso print, the leg print, the side leg print. All of it would look fantastic, and this would be the best way to actually get this minifigure. I think he would look really cool and would definitely make things feel more complete. Also finally getting the finders in actual minifigure form. This could lead down the line to getting Bonzel or Fritz and Spitz. It would be a really nice way to actually get these minifigures, especially considering how much we've seen them actually within Dragon's Rising. Honestly, I'm shocked we didn't get one of them, at least when it did come to Old Town, but I guess they just didn't really have the budget to do so. But as it stands, I do hope that Geo is someone that we get a minifigure of one day, and this would definitely be a great way of doing that. Pick number 7 would be going to Cliff Gordon. This is a bit of a classic, being Fritz Donegan as well, but having a minifigure of him just feels almost correct. The thing is that he's been around since the first season of the show. He is a relatively infamous character within universe and also out of universe in the Ninjago community. So again, it would be really cool to actually have a minifigure of him, also considering that he is the biological father when it does come to Jay. Also now with 2026 giving us the Elemental Alliance, more specifically again Libba, we've actually have the perfect pairing when it does come to those minifigures. It would just be cool to finally have this variant because it just would be very interesting to actually see. And again, like I said, considering the infamous nature of the character, it really does feel like a no-brainer. I would love to see him in minifigure form because I just really like the design. So yeah, I think he is very worthy of being on a CMF because I don't know where else they'd actually be able to release him. So that is why he's number 7. Our number 8 pick is going to be going to Kataru. Now, I honestly have a bit of a bitter nature when it does come to him as a minifigure. I still maintain that he should have been in the Lloyd Titan mech. We got a Lloyd, we got a Grimfax, and that was it. We have no other way to complete the Season 11 Resistance. Kataru should have a minifigure because he does play a part in the season. He could then be paired up with Akita and it would look absolutely amazing. But they just have never really bothered. So if they won't do it in a set, then they may as well do it in a CMF. I would love to see how the outcome would be, and I do think his design would lend itself well to the increased budget. But again, who knows what they would do, and I just hope that they would get to him at some point. But considering the fact that the perfect opportunity to get him is now passed, I just don't know if we'll ever get him again. But who knows? But as of now, he's going to be in number 8. Number 9 is going to be going to a Dragon's Rising character, being Gandalaria. Now, she has had a fair bit of screen time across season 2 and 3 of Dragon's Rising, and her design is absolutely fantastic looking. It is really unique, it is really dynamic, and there's just not really anything like it when it does come to Ninjago. I think it would translate amazingly to a minifigure as well, especially with the level of detail of CMF minifigures. I think her design would look fantastic amongst the rest of the Ninja and Dragon's Rising characters, and would definitely be a standout to anyone. So I do think this would be a no-brainer. If she doesn't release in a CMF, I really do hope that she does come out in some form of modular set in the future. But again, we never really know what happens when it does come to LEGO. But I feel like this is another no-brainer character. I think she definitely would be a popular one in a CMF as well. So that is why she is here in number 9. Number 10 is going to Season 3 Part 1 Frack. This is the variant of his outfit in black and green and with no hood. I think this would be definitely the pick for a lot of people because a lot of people absolutely love this design. Me personally, I completely prefer it over his outfit that he's currently using. I love how it looks, I love the color flow, I just think it simply functions better as a ninja suit. I honestly also really want the frack head without the hood. As much as I do like the hooded one that we do have in minifigure form, a non-hooded would be absolutely amazing. I would like to think that they would do it, but again, you never know. But I do think this would be one that a lot of people would want, and it is one that a lot of people have said they do want, especially since we do already now have a version of Frack that came after. I definitely think this is another no-brainer, and definitely is worthy of a spot on this CMF. So again, number 10. We're now down to our final 2. Number 11 is going to be going to a young variant of Misako from the Elemental Alliance era, or the Serpentine War. This version of her would serve as 2 purposes. For one, now that we have young Garmadon, young Wu in the Elemental Alliance, she would fit in perfectly when it does come to that display. She would look fantastic, and it definitely would be a perfect complement to those minifigures. Number 2, it would give a reason to finally give an updated version of the outfit that she has always had across the show. We had an outfit in 2015, and that was quite literally it. We have had variants of Misako since, but none of them have actually ever been accurate. We've had one where she has an outfit with a jumper with a Lloyd head on it, which she never uses, and another one where she wears an orange jacket, which again, she never uses. So using a version of her younger being as an excuse to get the torso and legs again would be absolutely great, and would also be an opportunity to get a hairprint with the white streak going through it, because again, haha, more budget. Again, I think this is a no-brainer, and just would be a very cool way to actually go about getting a new Misako in any Ninjago collection. So yeah, number 11. Which brings us to the last addition, which is going to be Crystallized Garmadon at number 12. Garmadon is one of, if not the most popular characters in all of Ninjago, so of course he needs a new addition. Garmadon minifigures are absolutely fantastic, and this design is definitely one of the favourites. He looks really cool, looks really unique, and definitely does feel separated from the rest. Of course, Crystallized is a very controversial season, but people do still like Garmadon regardless, so to finally get this outfit would be amazing, and would look amazing with the rest of the Crystallized collection. It is one of the very few designs that we never actually got in the sets, and I'm definitely sad to see that. Of course, it does come with the benefit of getting the only Garmadon, but I digress. I think this would just be a really cool add-on, and again with the budget in mind, it would definitely function, and just would be a fantastic Garmadon to have. As someone who owns every Garmadon, I would love this version to actually have. But again, I would love to know what you think, because with that version of him here, that brings us to the end of the video. So those are my 12 picks for what a 2026 Ninjago minifigure CMF would actually look like. I think they would all look absolutely stunning, and I would love to know if you agree with this list. What would you change? What would you not change? I would love to hear what you think, because I do think it is an interesting one. But I do think apart from all of that, thank you very much for watching the video, and I do hope you enjoyed. And if you did, please consider subscribing. I love discussing Ninjago with more people. And if you do want to support the channel any further, which you do not have to, you could always become a channel member and join the legends that you see on screen. Each of you, your support means the absolute world to me, and I cannot thank you enough. But like I said, that is about it for today, and take care. Okay,